I'm 73 years old, and this morning I couldn't open my medication bottle. Not the child-proof cap. Just a regular twist-off cap on my blood pressure pills. I stood at my kitchen counter for 15 minutes, trying different grips, running it under hot water, using a towel for traction, and nothing worked. My hands just wouldn't do it. And finally, I gave up and didn't take my pills. I told myself I'd try again later, that missing one day wouldn't matter. But standing there, looking at that bottle, I knew the truth. This wasn't about one bottle or one day. This was about something bigger slipping away from me, something I'd been pretending not to notice for months. The grip strength went so gradually I didn't see it happening. 6 months ago, I started having trouble with jar lids. I'd struggle with the pasta sauce, the pickles, the jam. I'd run them under hot water, or tap them on the counter, or use a rubber grip pad, and eventually I'd get them open. Or I wouldn't, and I'd just eat something else. No big deal, I told myself. Everyone has trouble with jar lids sometimes. That's why they make those gripper tools. But then it spread to other things. Bottle caps, can openers, the key to my front door when my hands were cold, buttoning my shirt in the morning, zipping my jacket, opening packages, turning on faucets that were a little stiff. All these tiny, everyday tasks that I'd done without thinking for 70 years, they started requiring effort, concentration, multiple attempts, and sometimes they just defeated me entirely. I live alone. I've lived alone for 7 years since my wife passed, and living alone after 70 means there's no one there to open things for you. No one to take over when your hands give out. No one to notice that you're struggling with tasks that should be simple. You're on your own with every stuck lid, every stubborn zipper, every challenge your weakening grip creates. And when you can't manage something, you have 2 choices. Keep trying until you hurt yourself, or just give up and go without. Have you noticed this happening to you, too? The slow loss of strength in your hands, the growing list of things you can't quite manage anymore. I started avoiding certain foods. Anything in a jar I couldn't open easily. Anything in packaging that required scissors or strength to tear. I'd stand in the grocery store looking at things I wanted and putting them back because I knew I wouldn't be able to open them at home. My diet got simpler, more limited. Not because of health restrictions or taste preferences, but because of what my hands could manage. The pill bottle was different though. That wasn't optional. Those were medications I needed every day. Blood pressure pills in the morning, cholesterol medication at night. And when I couldn't open the bottles, when my hands just wouldn't grip hard enough to twist those caps, I couldn't just skip them. Or I shouldn't skip them. But what else could I do? When was the last time you felt confident that you could open anything, use anything, manage the basic physical tasks of daily life without struggle? I started using tools. A rubber jar opener, pliers for stubborn bottle caps, scissors instead of trying to tear packaging. I'd keep them all in a drawer in the kitchen, my collection of adaptations, and I'd pretend they were just conveniences, just smart solutions. But really, they were evidence. Evidence that my hands were failing, that my grip was gone, that I was losing the ability to manage basic tasks without mechanical assistance. And even the tools didn't always work. The jar opener would slip. The pliers would scratch the cap and still not budge it. The scissors would hurt my hands to squeeze. I'd stand there fighting with some ordinary household object, getting frustrated, getting angry. Sometimes close to tears, thinking about how ridiculous this was. How humiliating. How I'd been reduced to battling with a jar of tomato sauce and losing. My son noticed when he came to visit. I asked him to open a bottle of juice for me, trying to sound casual about it, and I saw him look at my hands. Really look at them. He asked if I was having trouble opening things, and I got defensive. Told him it was just a stuck cap. Told him my hands were fine. But he kept looking at me with this concerned expression, and I knew what he was thinking. He was thinking about elderly living alone. About what happens when you can't manage the basic physical tasks. About nursing homes and losing independence and all the things I was terrified of, too. The real crisis came 2 weeks ago. I fell in my backyard. Nothing serious, just tripped on an uneven paver and went down on my hands and knees. But I couldn't push myself back up. My arms wouldn't support my weight. My hands wouldn't grip the ground properly. I was stuck there on all fours like an animal, unable to stand, unable to get enough leverage to rise. I finally crawled to the back steps and used those to pull myself up, and the whole time I was thinking, what if this had been inside? What if I'd been alone in my house, with no steps, no furniture nearby, nothing to grab onto? That scared me more than anything. Because falling is one thing. Elderly people fall. We all know the risks. But not being able to get back up, not having the grip strength to push yourself off the floor or pull yourself up using furniture, that's different. That's being trapped. That's lying on the floor of your own home, completely helpless, waiting for someone to find you. And when you live alone, when you're 73 and managing by yourself, that someone might not come for hours or days. I started thinking about all the other implications. What if there was a fire and I couldn't turn the stiff doorknob to get out? What if I needed to call for help but couldn't grip my phone properly? What if I fell in the shower and couldn't grab the faucet to turn off the water? All these scenarios where my failing grip strength could turn a bad situation into a catastrophic one. Do you lie awake at night thinking about these things? About all the ways your weakening body could fail you when you need it most? I didn't tell anyone about not being able to get up after the fall. I didn't tell anyone about the medication bottles I couldn't open. About the days I skipped pills because I couldn't manage the caps. I didn't tell anyone about the packages I'd left unopened, the jars I'd thrown away full because I couldn't access what was inside. I kept it all hidden because admitting it meant facing what it implied. That I was losing the physical capability to take care of myself. That aging and independence were pulling apart. That living alone might not be safe anymore. But I couldn't hide it forever. My daughter came over for lunch and watched me struggle to open a bottle of water. Just a plastic bottle with a twist cap, and I couldn't do it. She took it from me gently and opened it and handed it back, and I saw the worry in her eyes. She asked if this had been happening a lot, the trouble opening things, and I finally told her about the jars, the pills, the fall, all of it. We talked for a long time that afternoon, about what I was struggling with, about what I needed, about solutions that didn't involve me leaving my home. She ordered me adaptive equipment, automatic jar openers that grip and twist for you, pill bottles with easy open caps, faucet extenders, zipper pulls, door lever handles to replace the round knobs, tools designed for people whose hands don't work like they used to, and she helped me talk to my doctor about the medications, about getting them in different bottles, about making sure I had what I needed to take them safely every day. Because skipping blood pressure medication because you can't open the bottle, that's dangerous. That's how small problems become serious health crises. It's been 3 weeks now. The new equipment helps. The adaptive tools make things possible that weren't before. But I'm still adjusting to what this means. To needing these accommodations, to having a kitchen full of special devices because my hands don't work properly anymore, to accepting that my body has changed in ways that affect every single day. I'm learning that losing independence doesn't happen all at once. It happens in these small increments. A jar lid you can't open, a medication bottle that defeats you, a fall you can't recover from alone, And each small loss is a choice point. You can hide it and struggle and put yourself at risk, or you can admit it and adapt and build support around your limitations. If you're struggling to open things, if your grip strength is failing, if you're skipping medications or avoiding foods or hiding how hard these small tasks have become, please hear what I'm saying. This is serious. This isn't just about convenience. This is about safety, about nutrition, about taking necessary medications, about being able to function independently in your own home. There's still time to make changes. There's still time to get adaptive equipment, to modify your home, to set up systems that work with your current capabilities instead of fighting against them. But there's not unlimited time. And waiting until you're seriously hurt or seriously ill because you couldn't manage something basic. That's when other people step in and make all your decisions for you. So please, look at your hands honestly. What are they struggling with? What have you stopped doing because it's too hard? What are you hiding from the people who care about you? Because those struggles are messages. They're your body telling you it's time to adapt, time to ask for help, time to build a life that works with your limitations instead of pretending they don't exist. If this resonated with you, if you saw yourself in this story, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. Share this video with someone who might be struggling silently. Leave a comment and tell me what you're dealing with, because none of us are alone in this. Hit the like button if you found this honest and real. We need to talk about these things. We need to stop hiding our limitations until they hurt us. Real independence isn't doing everything alone. It's building the support you need to stay safe and functional. And that's something I'm learning every single day.